Anyone who's anyone has an arch nemesis. The Batman has the Joker. Bart Simpson has Sideshow Bob. Nikola Tesla had Thomas Edison. And even Austin Powers had Dr. Evil. And I have this fucking guy.
It's not real. It is not fucking real. Australia does not exist.
Yes, Rag Reynolds, our prodigal son hath returned. The young bulbous man who has continuously insulted our great nation by saying it doesn't exist has made another video about me, and I promise this is the last one I'll make about him. I've made 3, that's way too fucking many. I will put a stop to this small Scottish boy once and for all. But first, this video is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Christmas came early this year because I just got gifted with the new performance package by Manscaped. Let's check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, your jingle balls will thank you. This baby comes with a lawnmower 3.0 with skin-safe technology. It helps reduce nicks from your nuts and your crannies and all those sensitive areas. And it also has an LED light to get deep into the darkest notches of your life. And what about stocking stuffers? The crop preserver, the crop reviver. You spray this down and ladies and gentlemen, your dirty man area will be smelling like a box of roses, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new to the collection is the Weed Whacker nose and ear trimmer. I tell you what, I'm going to be so bloody hairless for Santa this year, he won't know what's coming. And Manscaped is not just for below-the-waist grooming, fellas. In addition to your products for your face, they now have you covered head to toe with the brand new and improved Shears 2.0 luxury 6-piece stainless steel nail kit. This thing is the bee's knees. Every man needs Manscaped.com this Christmas to be looking their best. So if you or your man has been extra good this year, make sure you're getting the performance package by Manscaped.com. It's the biggest bang for your buck, and for a limited time you'll also get 2 free gifts: the Shed TM travel bag and the Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs. Head to Manscaped.com, use the promo code BUTTER and you will get 20% off plus 2 free gifts and free international shipping for a limited time only. Go and support them for supporting this channel. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the gentleman I'm making this video about, Rag Reynolds, he is basically the Scottish version of Nikocado Avocado. And Rag Reynolds likes to live by 3 core values. Number 1, he really likes making videos on YouTube about Australia not existing.
My name is Rag Reynolds and welcome to my final Australia video. 31 videos later. This is the 32nd video about Australia, and this will be my last.
Holy fucking dooly, and since that date, he has made another 4 bloody videos. Can you take a breath, sister? The second thing he loves doing in his life is dancing sexually for me. And number 3, this is going to blow your mind. He lives a lie. He pretends and puts on a Scottish accent when actually he's not even from Scotland. He was born in Wales, lives in Wales, and as far as I could tell, has never even visited Scotland. The reason I bring him up for the 3rd and final time is because he made a video about one of mine, and he was very rude in it, not just to me, but to you, the viewer. And ladies and gentlemen, in typical YouTube fashion, here's my response video to a response video that I made, but was also a response video. Shall we? Here's Rag Reynolds' video called 10 Things I Have to Say to Australia.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Margarine. Hello, you've not heard from me in a little bit. I thought I would just grace you with my presence today, Mr. Margarine, since I've not heard from you since I challenged you to fight, and you backed down so cowardly, like the cowardly charlatan that you are.
Okay, my response to that is, well, this again.
And I take pleasure in knowing that I am superior to you. Anyway, today, Mr. Margarine, we are addressing your video called 10 Things You Should Never Say to an Aussie.
Ah, yes, a classic. I look forward to hearing what you have to say to this, William Wallace's overly vaccinated, long-lost cousin. Number 1, don't you ever fucking tell me to throw a shrimp on the barbie, dickhead.
Hey, Mr. Margarine, can you do me a favour and throw a shrimp on the Barbie, dickhead?
How fucking dare you?
I'm not gonna eat it, because I'm not a fan of shrimp, personally. I also don't know what a Barbie is. I mean, is that some sort of little doll or something? I don't know. But hey, I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna just tell you that, because I'm sure you would love to hear it from me.
Okay, for the foreigners watching, the term or the phrase throw a shrimp on the barbie was popularised by Australian comedian Paul Hogan. Now, he was doing an ad to try and get more American people to come to Australia.
I'll slip an extra shrimp on the barbie for you.
That's actually really interesting. I guess it's sort of the Mandela effect where people remember history or sayings or logos a little bit differently. I swore it was throw a shrimp on the barbie, not fucking slip an extra shrimp on the barbie for you, but apparently not. Regardless of all of that, Rag Reynolds, you little fat child, listen to me. It's not called fucking shrimp, it's called prawn, you dog! Number 2. A dingo ate my baby. If you think it's funny to put on an Australian accent and say, oh crikey, a dingo ate my baby, well you're a piece of shit, mate.
A dingo ate my baby.
Ah yes, very sad indeed. Why? Because, well, it's a popular saying when you try to, pretend to be an Australian to say, oh, a dingo ate my baby, but that really happened. Azaria Chamberlain was just a 2-month-old baby when her parents were camping near Uluru in the middle of Australia, and a dingo slipped in, grabbed the child, and killed it. A very horrifying story. It's so horrifying, in fact, it's exactly the same as if an Australian was trying to do an impression of Americans and saying, hey y'all, how about those school shootings you guys have got over there? It's very fucking full on. Number 3, anything negative about Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin was overrated.
Oh, say what you will about dingoes eating babies. Say what you will about throwing crustaceans onto hot plates outside. Say what you will about me and my beard and my audience and my YouTube channel, but nay, you may not talk about Steve Irwin at all, you fucking little shit.
What's so fantastic about that man? Who cares? I much prefer George of the Jungle. I much prefer Bear Grylls. Why do I care about Steve Irwin?
Bear Grylls is just a junkie that pisses in his own mouth. Steve Irwin is a national fucking treasure.
Steve Irwin? Really? Really? Mr. Margarine, that guy might have been even more of a wimp than you are. A stingray killed him? Really? Who gets killed by a stingray?
Not to fat shame, but it does appear that your ultimate demise will come from cake. You're going to die from a dessert, Ragdoll. How do you feel about that?
Seriously? I'd take 5 of those for breakfast.
Yes, and that's what's led to your diabetes, young man. Number 4, anything negative about Vegemite.
Vegemite is atrocious, it is disgusting, it is gross. I would rather shovel shit out of my own arsehole straight into my mouth than consume a single drop of Vegemite.
Wow, that's a very racist and bigoted threat. But I'll tell you what's more horrifying is what he says next.
And just between you and I, Mr. Margarine, my shits are not at all pleasant.
The thought of your digestive system dealing with stingrays, cake, and haggis terrifies me. In fact, I think it is that thought that will give us all some type of post-traumatic stress disorder every time we see your fucked head. Number 5, never ask an Australian for a Foster's beer.
Hey, Mr. Margarine, if I ever come round your parts or we ever meet at some point, could you just please supply me with some nice Foster's beer? I would really appreciate that. Personally, I don't even like beer, never mind Foster's beer.
See, this is why you'd never make it in Australia. Firstly, it's way too hot for a wee laddie like you. And also, you are extremely white. Like, I thought I was white. If you high beam me in your cars, I will burn. But you are 10 times fucking whiter than me. You look like a piece of paper, you dog. But how dare you think you can come to this great nation and be one of those dudes who doesn't drink beer? Ugh. Number 6. Do you ride a kangaroo?
Mr. Margarine, have you ever ridden a kangaroo? I mean, I know they're robots and not actually real animals, so it might be quite cool, it might be quite fun to ride on it since you're not really putting much weight on a living creature. It might be a little bit fun to hop around on a mechanical kangaroo.
I can only assume that this is part of Rag Reynolds' bigger conspiracy theory about Australia, and I'm going to go through his videos right now and find the clip that he's talking about. This is going to take up some time.
Approximately 10 hours later.
The council got obsessed with their little project, and as the technology of the world was rapidly developing, they decided it might be a good idea to start introducing strange new animals that you would normally only see watching strange TV shows. So they created the robotic creature that we know today as a kangaroo.
Yep, Rag thinks that kangaroos aren't real either. Ladies and gentlemen, I spent about 25 minutes trying to find that clip. You owe me a fucking like on this video. Do it now. In all honesty, all Australians know that kangaroos are real creatures because we've seen the blood and bone of them on the side of the roads because trucks hit them every 5 fucking minutes because they're dumb fucks and they don't understand that, hey, my grandma, my mum, my dad, my auntie, my uncle, they all ran onto the road and got smashed by a semi-trailer, but let's do it anyway. Number 7. Yeah, Australia's nice, but I prefer New Zealand.
You know what, Mr. Margarine? I do think that the images I've seen of Australia, they do look kinda nice. If we disregard the temperatures and the weather and the horrible beasts and creatures that are venomous, and we also disregard the accent, and probably a lot of people such as yourself.
Rude!
But I do think that New Zealand certainly seems much better and much nicer.
Well, you're fucking dead wrong, and I have to be careful about what I say here because I'm going to New Zealand next year on tour. But New Zealand's a shithole. They're Australia's little brother that received less oxygen at birth. Number 8. Do your toilets flush counterclockwise?
Mr. Margarine, before we continue, I've got a question for you. Maybe you've heard this one before, I'm not sure, but I would really like some explanation on this. I'm trying to work it into my theory. Is it true that your toilets flush counter, or as I would say, anti-clockwise?
Okay, let's go and have a look for you, shall we, Ragnar? Number 9. Don't try and use the Aussie slang. Don't come up to an Australian and say, "G'day, mate."
G'day, mate. G'day, mate. G'day, mate.
Or even come up to an Australian and say, "How are you going, mate?"
How are you going, mate? How are you going, mate? How are you going, mate?
Ladies and gentlemen, fuck this video. I can't do it anymore. I'm stopping. I've had enough. Let's just fucking go home to our families. You're dead to me, Ragnar. You're not even Scottish. You're a lie. You're a fool. And you, sir, make me sick. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment down below with what you think about Ragnar Reynolds, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you for joining us. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Keep it moist, and I'll see you very soon. Toodaloo, au revoir, bye.